What's up guys, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're driving and vibing.
Today we're talking all about RV water filters. If you're anything like us, you like to drink clean water, but RV life makes it a challenge, so stay tuned for some good solutions.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And we know as RVers, our water sources are constantly changing, and sometimes it doesn't taste all that great, sometimes it's not all that clean and all that filtered. So we are going to be comparing a few different filters today to see which one we like best.
They range from $18 to I think over $500. So no matter what type of system or budget you want, we're gonna have something to solve those RV water issues. So let's get to it. The first RV water filter we're gonna be talking about is this Camco Taste Pure water filter. This is, I would say, the most basic, maybe one of the most popular water filters. So many RVers use this. It's a common thing to see at the RV park. Now, it uses an activated carbon filtering device that, for the most part, it cleans the water, it gets rid of any odors or bad taste, and at the end of the day, it makes for a better cup of water. It definitely has its limitations though, but for $18, that's to be expected. The first limitation is that it only lasts about one camping season. That's not very long, but if you are only a weekender or you're just using your rig in the summertime, this filter could be great for you. One of the other limitations of it is that it's not built with amazing quality. If you're constantly moving from campground to campground, attaching and reattaching it, from what our experience has led us to see, that it begins to leak at many different spots once it gets a lot of wear. We've got this elbow for it. This does not come with it, but it's an attachment that definitely extended the life of it because it just makes it easier to connect. It puts less tension on this flexible hose that does come with the actual RV water filter. As far as the installation is concerned, it's very, very basic installation. All it entails is screwing in a hose to one end and attaching the other end to your camper or to this elbow that goes directly into the camper. Now, one of the other downsides of this filter is that once the water is filtered, it goes into the camper where, depending on your rig and depending on your methods of cleaning the inside systems of the rig, it can still get into contaminated areas. If this is going straight into our fresh tank with the filter, our fresh tank might not have been cleaned since the last camping season, so it could get recontaminated back in that holding tank where maybe it's not getting to an unhealthy level of drinking, but it could get a taste that is not pleasant. So because it's an exterior unit, it makes for easy install, but it also allows for it to be contaminated before it actually comes out of your faucet inside the RV. So again, I would say it's ideal for a weekender, it's ideal for a seasonal camper. We do use it on our rig, but we also use another filter on the inside. So this just acts as the first filtering step of our entire process. If that's something you're interested in as a full-time RVer, I definitely think it's worth the $18 still, just because one more layer of filtration never can hurt. Let's move on to our next piece of filtering equipment, which is the Berkey water filter.
So next up is the big Berkey water filter. This is very popular among RVers. Lots of our friends have raved about this filter, and we wanted to try it out ourselves. These water filter systems start at about $258 and go up. There's so many different sizes. This one is a 2.25 gallon one. Inside are two different sets of filters. In the top, there are the two black filters, and that just filters out all of the pathogens and bacteria, viruses, anything like that. And then in the bottom we have two of the fluoride filters in there, and those are not required, but if you would like to filter out the fluoride in your water, that is another option. All of these filters cost about $50 a piece, but they last for about 1,000 gallons of water, so that's a long time of usage before you have to replace any of them. The installation probably took about 30 minutes overall. It was not difficult. Just a few steps involved as far as priming all of the filters and making sure that all of the little air pockets have been pushed out. One of the benefits of this filter is that it doesn't require any electricity or water pressure. It all is just working with gravity filtering down, but it does take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to completely filter through. One of the biggest issues for us is that we do not have the counter space for this filtration system. Our friends Kaylee and Josh from the Freedom Theory sit theirs in their sink on travel days and have had great success with that. And overall, the quality and taste of the water is amazing. It tastes so clean and so fresh, so it's definitely doing its job. I would definitely recommend this filter to someone who wants something a little bit more substantial than the Camco filter and who maybe has a larger kitchen area in their rig. Or if you just travel part-time or live in a house, this is great because you can use it in your home as well. Next up, we're going to be looking at a water filter with some cutting-edge technology. But before we get to that, if you would like any more information about any of the filters that we talked about today, we will have a link to that blog post in the description and in the comments down below. And don't forget to tell us in the comments how you filter your water and what your favorite filtration system has been, or if you've had any experience with any of the filters we've used today.
Alright guys, so the next water filter we're going to be talking about is the most cutting edge as far as technology goes. And unlike the Berkey and the Camco water filter, this unit is actually installed in the RV to be the last point of filtration before the water actually hits your cup. What we're talking about is the Acuva UV Ray LED water filter. So to break it down, first, the price of this unit begins at $649. It seems like a lot of money, but the lifespan of this is years and years. The way it works is that there is an activated carbon filter, much like the Camco one on the outside, that is installed underneath the sink. That's how the water filters first through this unit, but the second filtration piece of this unit is the UV Ray LED light. The water moves through the LED light, and the LED light kills the DNA and bacteria and viruses to make the water super clean whenever it hits your cup. A lot of people have brought up comments about this in the past who have had experience with UV Ray filtration in their house. This is a different technology than old UV Ray filtration. It does not use big and expensive bulbs. What this device uses is a LED UV Ray light that uses extremely little energy and has a super long lifespan, and it comes with this spout right here. The spout is kind of a dual purpose thing. It lets you know if the filtration is happening whenever you turn the water on, and it also has a slower flow rate because the slow flow rate is necessary for that water to spend enough time in the LED UV Ray light in order for the water to be as clean as possible. So the way this thing works is that I turn the nozzle on, the blue light activates, and that blue light lets me know that the filtration is happening. I turn the water off, the blue light stays on to let me know that the filtration is still happening on the water in the chamber that hasn't come out of the nozzle yet. And that's pretty much how it works. I can fill up a cup probably in 20 to 30 seconds. It's not that long, but if you're filling up like a gallon jug, we just set ours in the sink, let it run for a little while, and come back to it in a minute or so when it's filled, and then we can stick that gallon jug in the refrigerator. Some of the benefits of this unit is that I get great peace of mind knowing that the LED UV Ray filtration really kills so much of those bacteria and viruses in the water. The other thing I really like about it is that the water touches nothing else except the system that it came with before it reaches my glass. It's not running through the pipes of the RV. It's not running through the tanks of the RV once it hits that filtration process. One of the downsides though is that it doesn't filter out the fluoride. I love the Berkey for that option, the fluoride filtration. It is also nice though that it doesn't take up a lot of space. The Acuva box comes with every single piece of connection that you'll need, every piece of piping that you'll need to make this happen. I would recommend getting a hand if you're not very handy of just household projects. It's not very challenging, but if you're going into it with no experience at all with how to work with certain tools or how to connect pipes, it's beneficial to have a helping hand there. I think you could probably figure it out on your own, but you could definitely save time by getting a helping hand. So that is 3 filters that we recommend using. We use all 3 of them for different things, so make sure you check out that article for any more detail. I got a quick bonus tip for you though. If you're anything like Olivia and I, we love drinking soda water, we love LaCroix, we love all of those bubbly, sparkling waters. But we found out that they took up so much space in our recycling. We are creating so much waste by buying those sparkling waters all the time. Olivia just introduced me to this thing right here. It's called the Soda Stream. I'm sure so many of you guys know about it already, but for me, it's been a game changer. We're not creating any of that waste associated with buying cans anymore, and this thing works so quickly. Let me show you real quick. If you can't tell, I'm enthusiastic about this. The Soda Stream comes with its own bottles that connect to it, so you do need their bottles. I just hook this right up to our Activa unit, turn the unit on, wait a few minutes for it to fill up. I'll speed through this process though. It's gonna take probably 40 to 60 seconds for the Activa to fill this up to the top. All right, so that's close enough. They do give you a line not to fill beyond. So once I have this filled up, I just stick it right up in here, lock it into position. There's a CO2 cartridge back here, but other than that, it doesn't need any electricity, it doesn't need anything except that CO2 cartridge. Got it secured. Now I'm just gonna press this down and it's gonna shoot CO2 into the container. It scares our dog half to death though. That's the downside of it. I'm gonna pump just a little more because I like mine extra bubbly. And now, this is crisp soda water, and it's crisper than what comes in the can. You can either then put the cap on here, stick this in the fridge and have cold soda water, or you can do the exact opposite. Fill this up, just stick flat water in the fridge, and then whenever you're ready to have it carbonated, hit that and then start drinking it. It's amazing. I know this is an RV filtration video, but I had to share this tip with you guys just in case you are into soda water. This is a great way that it doesn't have to create so much waste by buying cans. All this info will be in the article below, so check that out if you want to see any of this stuff in depth. But thank you again for watching. We'll see y'all next time.